Hey, what's good, everybody? It looks like I'm live. Obviously, it's a little cold over here, so what do you call it? But yeah, you guys already know the drill. I'm gonna do a little collective reading, and then I'll open it up for questions, right? Um, so let's see what the collective needs to know today. I brought the light a little closer because sometimes I can't read this thing. I don't know what time I went live yesterday. I don't know if this is the same time as you. Oh, wow, that was fast. Oh, I like it. So the first card that came out from the Jade Oracle is Tecu Tecucistecatl, the man of the big shell, el hombre del gran caracol. Wow, that's so beautiful. Look at the feathers, the blue feathers. I know I have blue jay feathers, but I don't know if like those are pretty cool. That's funny, the little rabbit, the moon. It's beautiful. Love it. Let me pull this card and then maybe one more and then I'll open it up for questions. Let me see. So this is Tecal. Okay, so the first message for the collective is the man of the big shell, el hombre del gran caracol. Tecatl is a central figure in the creation story of the current age. In the story, all the divine beings are gathered to create the new sun, and each must give offerings to the fire. Tecatl, a wealthy deity, offered precious gifts instead of offering mere branches. He offered costly feathers. Instead of offering mere branches, he offered costly feathers. Instead of straw, he offered gold. And instead of maguey spines, he offered spines made of precious gems. Instead of offering his own blood, he offered blood colored coral along with the best copal. When the deities asked for volunteers to sacrifice by throwing themselves into the fire to create the sun, two deities answered the call, Tecatl and Nanahuatzin. But Tecatl was afraid. He tried 4 times to enter the fire but could not. After he failed the fourth time, Nanahuatzin bravely threw himself on the ritual fire to create the sun. Ashamed of his cowardice, Tecatl followed Nanahuatzin into the fire and became the moon. The shell is a representation of the moon, which is why he is often depicted with a shell, sometimes on his back and other times over his head. When Tecutistecatl appears, he may be drawing your attention to the fact that you are more concerned with material things and spiritual matters. Or he may be calling your attention to your own cowardice, oof, urging you to take action in your life before it is too late. Take time to meditate on the fear that is preventing you from embodying your highest self. Wow, that was deep. I love it. Hey, Brittany and Devin, thank you both for being here. Here. Oh, absolutely. You're welcome. Yeah, so this hit me because I always try to say that to people, right? I always try to say that like I know that's part of my thing, right? Like I'm able to do that and I of course learn from others, right? Sometimes we do have to take the times to make sure things come out good and this and that, right? So I definitely learn my lessons from others, but One of my things is being able to make things and just get them out, right? Like whether songs or something, right? Even when I would work with people with songs, I'd finish a song in a day and I'd be waiting for them for 3 weeks just to send me their verse for a song or something. And it's like by then I would finish it, I'll be like, hey, I'm already done. Sorry. Stuff like that, right? So maybe there's something you're putting off, right? So, and especially right now, I'm sure people are gonna have some kind of downtime during the holidays. So make sure to do what you need to do, especially if there's a spiritual component to it, right? If it's tied into something, maybe it is writing a song that's gonna inspire someone else or the collective or writing a book that's gonna inspire others. So it's not about you. It's about doing like the work you're supposed to do for the collective, right? Not just about you. So I don't know. That's what came out with that. So let me see. Okay, let me pull one from here. I'll get to the questions right now, but let me first do these. Okay. So this is from the Numinous Astro Astrology deck. Let's see what they want to tell me about. Sometimes all the answers we're looking for are in the astrology. Like I talked to some pretty knowledgeable astrologers, and whenever they tell me something, I'm like, oh wow, that's exactly. Look at the fourth house roots. That's pretty cool. Look at that. And there's a shell again. Wow. See, I love it when things. It's like you know what I mean when different decks are showing kind of similar things. So there's a shell again. The question, right? I know you're asking a question right now, so that's pretty cool. The question mark. Family, home, background, comfort, cooking. See, and we're this week is what Thanksgiving, right? So a lot of people are gonna be with the family, cooking, inner world, real estate, shelter, self care, rejuvenation, right? So take some time. Roots, right? Maybe seeing, right? Maybe that has to do with the responsibility too about seeing where you come from, right? Knowing like especially with spiritual things, right? There's always someone that had spiritual gifts before you and that it was passed down in some way, right? I didn't know till later that my grandma was very spiritual and no one ever, right? No one ever told me nothing, right? So until later, right after I had already gone through everything myself trying to learn and all this stuff, right? Um, what else? Okay, let me pull one from the tarot and then I'll get to the questions. So let's see. What else do you want to talk about? And it's funny, look at that was like the four roots and this is what's under. It almost feels the same like that one, right? That's funny. So it's a group of people and okay, I'll look right now what that means. All right, let me see what else does the collective need to know about the roots and the home. Oh wow. So make sure that don't get into fights with family right now. I shared in the interview I did with Genesis. I think it's been in the air, right? Because I think she shared that she saw something too. But I was driving home from work, and that's not something I see too often. A man hopped out of his car in the middle of traffic. The other guy was right there with a pipe, right? And they were just, and I was like, oh wow. Yeah, it was just crazy, right? So I've been seeing conflicts out there. I don't know what it is about. Holiday seasons are very interesting, right? Because you have both dynamics. There's a lot of arguing when people come together, and then or just all the tension, the traffic, everything. Or so just make sure, right? Try to go if you spend time with family, friends, whatever. Try to leave behind whatever. Look at it more as a sanctuary as opposed to like if you really don't want to be around people, then hey, I don't know, do the best you can with that. If you really don't want to go be around all kinds of family and you feel like you're in this energy, just why even why even bother with that, right? So see. Any other message? I feel like things are gonna be happening fast, and then justice came out. That's pretty interesting. There's gonna be justice. Maybe some of you have been waiting for there to be justice with matters of the heart, right? And there's gonna be communication during this holiday season. So maybe people, you know, oh, I got chills. Maybe if people were ghosted or things like that, there's gonna be some kind of or family, right? Maybe families, there's gonna be reconciliations with family, or just it doesn't have to be reconcile. It could just be like closure in a way, right? To situations, right? Maybe you haven't talked to a family member for 20 years and all of a sudden you're gonna see them and it's gonna be like, all right, let's just you don't have to be BFFs, but you just kind of put it to rest, right? Because this came out too. So yeah, just like, hey, okay, cool. It doesn't have to be all lovey-dovey. It can be, right? It could be reconciliations in that way. Um, so yeah. Okay. So I think that's kind of like the collective message. Let me see the question. So the dream. Okay, let me see about the dream. Let me see about the dream. Cause like the first thing that pops into my head is like government stuff, right? Like the way they're always throwing I think wasn't there something about, oh, we're gonna give these checks, but even that, the act of throwing money, right? It's not. It's almost like when someone throws money to fix problems rather than fix a problem, right? It's like, I'll just throw money at it, right? Like just to shut someone up, basically. So there could be that kind of dynamic. Throwing coins from a high position. Yeah, okay. So yeah, a man throwing coins from a high position at a group of people. You were part of the group, started picking it up, putting them. Yeah, see. So the first thing that comes to me is like the government, right? That almost seems like a message not just for you but the collective, right? Like about that, right? Like, but it's all almost like an illusion, right? Like the money being thrown is just to shut people up. And while people are over here scattering looking for the coins, there's always things going on behind the scenes, right? So just another distraction, right? Whenever you see those, like, oh, we're gonna give everybody, I think in old times that's what they used to do, right? They would give you enough, um, like people, they'll keep you starving, but give you enough, and as long as you're getting, like, I don't know, in Roman times they did that or what, but it was like that way they keep you fed enough so there's not a full uprising, but they keep you starving, so you're almost like thankful to the people that are starving you for giving you scraps. And I think that's kind of how the whole welfare system was created, right? Like all the, food stamps, welfare, everything's about as long as you're getting food, well, you got to be hungry enough to want to do a whole uprising, right? To like take down the government and change it all around. Like you have to be starving to where you're like, hey, I got nothing to lose. We're going to raid the castle with the pitchforks and the torches. That's where, so they keep like they do that for sure in the US, right? It's very like, right, the all that welfare and food stamps is really just to keep you fed enough so you're not starving and there's no uprising, right? It's like, and like that you're functioning, right? So I don't know, that feels very like that. I know I didn't let me pull a card for it because I know I didn't even pull a card for that, but that's what started flashing in my head, right, as I read your question, right? That's the whole game that's played. I don't know why this came out with that. I don't know. But hey, I guess if the money comes in and you need it for something, use it, right? Like it says taking advantage of an opportunity. I guess there's not, I mean, if they throw money at, then just use it, right? Like, let's see, let's go one more for that. That's because that's an interesting. Yeah, thank you for sharing that because I feel definitely it feels very collective, kind of, unless that happens in your own, maybe I don't know if it's a family thing or something or bosses, like once it was funny, I started this new job and I was barely there like 2, 3 months, and Christmas came and they gave us like a $2,000 bonus, and I needed the money at the time, right? And even the accounting lady, she said that she told the boss not to give me the money. I was like, what? What the hell? Like, what's up with that? Like I was like, damn, greedy lady, right? Like, but I needed the money, so like, yeah, I was only there like 2 months, and I got a $2,000 Christmas bonus. Like, what in the hell? Like, so I felt very like blessed, right? Like, but to them it was just a tax write off, right? That's it. It was a tax write off, so the money was gonna go somewhere. So they were like, just give it to the employees. So it's kind of like that, right? So I don't know if you're gonna be in that kind of situation. Maybe you're gonna get some money. Oh, okay. Wow. I mean, that's not a bad situation, right? Who knows? Maybe you'll get a little Christmas bonus, right? And it is what it is, right? To them, it's a tax write off. To you, hey, use it what you need it for. Let's see. Oh man, I flipped all these. Yeah. So hopefully that makes sense. Let me see. What did anyone else ask a question? Oh, okay, ascending. Okay, I had to scroll all the way up. Let me see. Hey, good morning, Green Tea Foxy. Happy to see you here. Um, Ascending Universal Butterfly. How's it going? Good morning. Let me see. Uh, yeah, okay. So let me pull the card for Ascending Universal Butterfly. I don't know how I end up flipping these, and then that way I don't know if they're gonna really be reversed. So let me see. I think I shuffled right now by accident and flipped them. Yeah, I don't know. That was a little intense, Brittany. That's crazy. I don't know why all that came out, but I don't know. That's kind of what I saw with like that, you know? And that's good. I mean, whether it's personal, sometimes it is, right? It'll be personal, but it's for the collective too, right? That's the whole thing, before, like I would always share like a lot of the dreams I had because, okay, there we go. Let's get okay, so let's start with ascending universal butterfly, just a general. Okay, so what does let me scroll down because I went all the way up. Just one, two, oh yeah, information too. It could be information too, right? And what you do with it is up to you. Dreams reveal. Hmm. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I had a really vivid dream too. It was weird. It was about someone that I knew from like before. So I mean, I don't know. We're still in Mercury retrograde, so in that case, maybe it makes sense. But wow, the three of so ascending universal butterfly. Are you waiting for something right now, or are you planning? Right? Are you planning? I see like a house, so I don't know. Is there something you're planning? Maybe for just Thanksgiving, because I don't know. I saw like a house or something in my head. So there's something I don't know. Or are you looking towards the future, right? Maybe you're just starting to planning and waiting. I don't know why I saw a house flash in my head. So I don't know if that just has to do with Thanksgiving or hmm. Well, I mean that doesn't let me see. Planning and waiting. I feel like something's gonna be faster than what you think, right? But obviously it's good to continue planning. I feel like it's gonna be faster though than maybe something isn't gonna take as long as you think if there's something else, right? Like life goals or something. See any? Whoa. Ah, looking. And as I say that, the sun. Oh, I always forget to block the little naked happy person on the sun. But yeah, I mean that makes sense. Solar plexus, right? So obviously that has to do with standing in your truth or being truthful with things, like especially to yourself, right? So I feel like yeah, like that goes with what I saw. Like it's not gonna take as long as you think for whatever you plan, right, for the future. So that's pretty cool. Let me see. Hopefully that resonated. Hopefully that helps. Let me see. Wow. Oh, what did you dream, Linda? Thank you. Waiting on your ships. The characters in my dream were all people I knew 20. Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, I my dream was definitely about years ago. Someone that I knew, so but it was weird. I don't know. What it was really a weird dream. Yeah. It was a weird dream. I'm remembering it in pieces. Absolutely, you're welcome. I just wanted to know why do I keep Oh, Shay, the famous Shay. Now we're all gonna be thinking about Shay because you know, those kind of things, it's either like there's something that was unresolved or, you know, yeah, there's something that's unresolved or it's okay. Like, is it really wrong to it's just about like there's nothing wrong with it. Like I remember childhood friends. It wasn't romantic or nothing, but somehow I'll remember childhood friends, right? And I'll laugh sometimes or smile. I remember good memories, right? I remember my very first I moved into a new house when I was in in kindergarten, right? We moved from where we used to live and I still remember cuz I was sitting all alone in the playground and my friend that came up to me, he just walks up to me and he's like, "Want to be my friend?" And that was it. And from that moment on, that was my best friend and I was probably at his house like every day, you know, that was my childhood friend, and for years until I moved again. But that's how it all started. I remember that memory because I don't know how could you forget, right? Like he just walked up to me, want to be my friend? Okay. And then that was it, right? So I think it's okay to, let me pull a card for you though, of course. Is it your ego? I mean, if you're wanting a romantic thing with them, then yes, maybe it is connected to if it's already done then yeah, I mean, just hey, it was a great experience. Just if anything, I would say journal what you learned from it. Like, what did you really learn? What did it say about you? Is it an obsessive thing? Like, are you like, oh no, that's who I want and all this stuff, even though, you know what I mean? If it didn't work out, like, you know, oh wow, see, you can't make it up. As I say, is it an obsessive thing? Bam, the devil comes out, right? All you got to do is throw off the chain. Right? You can't make that stuff up. That's crazy. If you, and the ego is on here too, right? Obviously. So, hey, maybe I don't know, if you like doing stuff with Shay and like I don't know, maybe you haven't found someone else that, does things that leave a lasting impression like Shay, right? Or something. I don't know. It happens sometimes, right? So, yeah, 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 definitely. Wasn't even thinking, but it's funny that as I said that the obsessive thing, right? So that says, but yeah, I would say journal down, right? Like what lesson. So you don't take it into the next relationship. Imagine being with someone and then you're obsessive about them and you push them away, right? So you got to learn that. You got to learn to, like, yeah, live and let live, right? Give people their space when they need it. Um, you know what I mean? Ask for space when you need it. And if someone, because now the next time, like, let's say you were the obsessive one, then you'll probably get a relationship where someone else is the obsessive one, just to make sure if you learned your lesson. And if you accept all that obsessiveness, then you're gonna be in the same song and dance. Yeah. So I don't know. That's what came out, right? So I think that's kind of the thing. Just make a journal. See, like if it was the intimacy, then hey, I mean, I'm sure you'll find someone eventually that that you feel as connected to. You know what I mean? But yeah. Did anyone else have a question or? Yeah. Yeah, it's cool though. Thank you for asking those questions though. Oh, it was weird. People, good people, bad people, they were all overly nice to me, but I remained an observer. Oh. Mm. And those were all older people. That's interesting. Oh, thank you, Green Tea Foxy. I appreciate that. Yeah, give it a like. Um, what else? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, and what do you all think about the cord cutting? You know, because I've heard different. Some people believe in it, some people don't. Okay, yeah, go ahead. Since no one else asked the question, go ahead, Devin. What's your other question? And then I'll close it out after. Let me see. Which one should I use to close it out? Oh, probably the wisdom. What can you expect with this new job opportunity? Can Devin expect? Before, I mean, what I heard. Oh, thank you, Ascending Universal Butterfly. I appreciate that. What I heard was that in this new job opportunity, um, you can move up if you focus, right? What is this? Interesting. Maybe just make decisions, right? Because the first thing I heard before this card came out was you can move up, right? If you focus on this job. I don't know what job opportunity this is, but the seven, which is a lot of choices. So I don't know. Maybe while you're in that job, make sure you don't get distracted with different things, right? Yeah, don't get distracted. And it's fantasies, right? Like what in Spanish it says fantasia, right? Fantasies is like I don't know. It's interesting. Maybe if you start the job and then right away you're like, you know what, I'm already tired of it, and you're like, you want to leave or something. Maybe give it a little, maybe wait a little bit or something. So let me clarify that because that's interesting. Or maybe that's part of it. Maybe I don't know. What It's a sales job. Wow. And I was about to say, is there gonna be anything immoral about the job? So maybe. if it's that kind of job, right, where you got to do kind of, sales. I worked as a car salesman before, right, and it felt very shady. That's why when I quit, because it was like, yeah, I saw a lot of shady stuff, and I was young. I still was like, screw it, I could still get another job, but maybe it's that. Maybe you can't, like I said, see, you can move up, but see the solar plexus. So if it compromises stuff, right? If it compromises who you are, then maybe it is okay to walk away, right? Maybe they sell you the fantasy. Oh, you're gonna be the top seller and this and that, but you gotta be cutthroat, right? Like that's how the car dealership was, right? They're like one of the top dealerships too, and it was just crazy, right? Uh, yeah. So, um, yeah, yeah, you can move up. Well, it's gonna be on you, right? Like, I'm sure the fantasy's gonna be there, which probably, yeah, you'll get because there were people at the dealership that made tons of money when I was there, right? So sales always has that. I do like that sales, right? There's not a cap on how much money you can make. It's all about how hard you work and all that. But unfortunately, see, like in dealerships, it was all about being shady, right? That's how you made more money. So yeah, just I guess if at any see, because the solar plexus, if at any point you feel you're compromising stuff, right? It's okay to work hard and make that money, but if you're compromising something, because then the universe will step in and balance it out, right? So you don't want that to happen, right? Because then it's almost like sometimes the things that, the things that are given to you in a shady way, they will eventually get taken away, right? I know that kind of rhymed, but that's funny. Okay. Yeah, well, just dedicate yourself, learn, right? It says dedication, earnings, right? So I think you'll do good. Just be careful not to get caught up in the fantasy, like it said, right? Where that becomes your soul, like everything that matters is just that, and you're willing to do anything for it. So just don't get caught up in the fantasy of it, right? So yeah, just go ahead, yeah. Um, you know, focus, and I'm sure you're gonna do good. Yeah. Okay. So what else? What else? Yeah. Okay. So let me begin to close it out. Let me get this wisdom of the elders because I like this. Wisdom of the elders. Let's see. What message do you have to close it out for the collective? Hmm. Strength. Wow, I know that came out for somebody yesterday, right? Strength. Sweetgrass, sacred medicine. Ah, and I know it has to do with like collective, right? So that's I like that because the way the sweetgrass is created, right? I don't know what it's called. I'll say it here. Strength. Okay, sweetgrass, sacred medicine. Sweetgrass is the fourth. Ah, there's the four again, of course, right? That's why I had to come out. We started it with the fours, right? Sweetgrass is the fourth sacred medicine. It is placed in the north direction and is directly related to Mother Earth. As such, it is referred to as Mother's hair. It serves as a way of connecting to her and can be used in healing circles because it has a calming effect. And while smudging, it promotes peace, kindness, and purification. Sweetgrass has a pleasant and sweet aroma and can be used to call in the ancestors or those in the spirit world. Special significance is paid to sweetgrass because it's the only sacred medicine where ceremony is so heavily involved in its collection and through the process of braiding. Braiding, that was the word. Prayers are spoken while the blades of grass are picked, then again during the interweaving of each braid. Since the level of care and attention involved in the harvesting process of sweetgrass is so significant, it helps shed light on its traditional teachings. Although individual strands are easily broken, there is incredible strength when they are braided together. As individual strands are intertwined, they become impossible to break. The importance of the braiding symbolizes strength of family, and there it is. That was kind of the beginning of the message, right? To break the importance of symbolizes strength of family and of community, and reinforces the lesson that the support of others can fortify our own internal strength. If you have drawn the Sweetgrass Sacred Medicine card today, it is a reminder to savor the sweetness in your life. Oftentimes, the most cherished moments we experience are fleeting and may even be fragile, but it is important nonetheless to appreciate those moments. There might also be a call to connect more closely with others, either to our ancestors or community or family members. We are never alone in this life, and there is strength. Ah, my dog barked as I read that. We are never alone in this life, and there is strength in numbers, both through our ancestors in spirit and to those closest to us in the physical world. Yeah, so see, we are never alone, and my dog second that. So yeah. So yeah, on that note, I'll end it there. Thank you to everybody that tuned in. Thank you for your questions. It's an honor, as always, to read for you and to connect with your energy. Yeah, hopefully you have a great rest of your day. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Hopefully, I'll get on here again tomorrow. And yeah, okay. Thank you all. I'll see you soon. All right.